Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel and thank you guys all for tuning in again. So you guys, today I have a reading for you about what they think about you, okay? If you've recently been wondering what they think about you, this is the reading for you. So yeah, you guys, I've done a similar video to this one a few months ago. Okay, not a few months ago, a few weeks ago. But as you guys know, the present constantly changes, which makes the future change because decisions, paths. Yes? Yes? Cody? What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I was just gonna go to the bathroom, but the door was open, so don't worry about it.
Just 1 second. Life in a relationship. I filmed a video like this a couple weeks ago, but I like to just keep updating my videos because it's also always good to have new information. You know what I mean? You don't want a reading that was from months ago and things change, okay? Things change. I keep learning new things on how to read, new meanings, etc. I just like to keep you guys updated, okay? You guys, this is more of a quicker version, so I have 6 groups in this because you guys told me you like more groups better, so I did 6 groups, but I did them a bit quicker. So let me know how you guys find those. If you find it a bit too quick, if you guys like the more in-depth readings with a few less groups. So I want you to pick one of these 6 groups intuitively. As usual, if you feel drawn to 2 or more groups, feel free to tune into 2 or more readings, but ideally I would like you to be drawn to just one group. I'm so excited to get into this reading, so let's get into it. Let's get straight into the reading. Hey guys, I'd like to welcome you all to today's reading. So today we have 6 groups. This is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4, group number 5, and group number 6. So I would like you to pick one of these 6 groups intuitively. As usual, if you feel like you need a second just to meditate on the 6 groups, feel free to pause this video in order to do so. Otherwise, I'm going to get straight into the readings. Okay, group number 1. Let's see how this person sees you. We have the Elephant. So I see that this person sees you as very strong and very wise. I see that they see you as someone who can't easily sort of have their mind changed. I feel like they can see that you're a very headstrong person. They feel like once you've put your mind to something, you're going to follow through with it, and you're sort of like the kind of person who is also very intuitive. And alongside with you not letting people sort of get you off of your path, I see that they see you as a very strong-willed sort of person. So that is what I instinctively see in the Elephant. Another thing that I see is that they can tell that family is very important to you, so you are a very nurturing person to whom family comes first, so to say. And family doesn't necessarily need to mean blood to you. For you, you know, an amazing friend who has proven themselves as being very loyal can be just as much family as, you know, your actual blood-related family. So then in the Beaver, I see that they see you as very hardworking. They see you as someone who is very eager to build something and to make it happen. So while you're not necessarily always the one to initiate something, you're not the one to initiate work or something new sort of being done, you're always there to support, and you're always there to offer sort of advice and to offer a helping hand and to be there to do, you know, the heavy lifting. I see that you're someone who isn't afraid of work. You're not afraid of hard work in particular, and that is how they see you. You know, they see you as a very hardworking individual and someone who is there to build a foundation of something great and something strong. Then in the Nightingale, I see that they see in you a lot of originality. So they feel like you definitely sing your own song and you're not afraid to sing your own song. And I see that that is something that they very much appreciate in you, and that is how they feel about you right now. They feel like, you know, what one of the most amazing things about you is how original you really are, and the fact that you do put that into your work and you're not afraid of really being part of the heavy lifting, as well as sharing sort of your wisdom and the lessons that life has taught you in order to just help and make sure that your family and friends are safe. So that is how I see them viewing you at this moment. All right, group number 2, we have the rabbit. So I see that they see you as probably physically kind of attractive. I see that you look sort of, okay, this sounds really weird, fertile to them, if that makes any sense. So the rabbit is a sign of fertility. So they see you as someone who, you know, is attractive, that they may want to be physically close with. So if you are not inquiring about someone on a romantic level, the rabbit can also mean that they see you as someone who would rather avoid confrontation. They see you as someone who is not the one to look for confrontation. You're not the one to go out of your way to sort of be in a difficult situation or be in a altercation. You would rather choose flight instead of fight. So that is how I see them seeing you. Another thing is that they may feel sort of protective about you. They may feel like for some reason you need protection, and that may be because you are younger than this person or maybe a bit less experienced in certain aspects of life, and they may feel the need to protect you. And that is a trait that I see in the rabbit. Then in the crocodile, I see that what they also see in you is that you're very patient. So I see that they can tell that you're someone who knows what they want and you're willing to wait. So you're someone who can be very patient when it comes to getting what you want, and you're willing to just wait and sort of lay on the low until the time is right in order for you to strike. So that may be in love, that may be in your job. I see that you're someone who doesn't jump to action. When you really want something, you'd rather just wait for the right moment. I know that life doesn't have any perfect moments, but the moment that is as close to perfect as possible, and then you make your move. So I see that they see that in you, and that can also be a little bit intimidating to them and mysterious. So I feel like they feel like you're kind of mysterious, and you also need sort of protection, but they can't really tell what it is about you that is still very strong-willed and very capable of, you know, just standing your own ground. Then in the frog, I see that they find you very sort of adaptable. So they find you very resilient. They see that even though you would rather choose flight instead of fight if you can, that if you need to, you will fight. However, you are very adaptable, okay? If you're able to avoid sort of a confrontation, you will do that beforehand. You will plan that beforehand and adapt to the situation in a way that things don't blow up, you don't get in over your head. So you're very patient and you're very adaptable to any sort of situation. And also I see that they sort of, alongside feeling the need to protect you, they also have this sort of air of feeling like you're more fragile than them. So I definitely feel like this person feels like they want to protect you, but at the same time they don't see the need to. They know you can stand on your own. So that is how I see them seeing you. Group number 3, we have the hummingbird. So I see that they feel like you're very sort of, like you're a very versatile kind of person. Okay, you can basically go in any direction. And in case you guys didn't know, the hummingbird is one of the only animals that can, you know, fly forward, backwards, up, down, diagonal, in any direction. And that is how I see them seeing you. They feel like, you know, you can make any sort of move and you can make it and succeed. They see that you're someone who is not sort of intimidated by new situations, and that you sort of have that air of confidence about you. And also they find you a very sort of rare breed of person, if I may say so. So they find you very interesting, and they feel like they haven't encountered someone like you before in their life. And that makes you sort of mysterious and interesting, and they want to figure out, you know, what's beneath your shell, which brings us to the oyster. So I feel like they find you very mysterious because your exterior side may be a little tough. Okay, so I feel like maybe you have a few walls, maybe you sort of feel like you need to protect yourself, you need to protect your emotions, and they can tell that you feel the need to do that. But however, they see in the oyster, I can tell that they see that once they have cracked that outer shell, once you have sort of reached a point where you're comfortable enough to open up, they can tell that it's definitely going to be worth it. There's just so many riches and facets to you internally. So I feel like they're definitely willing to be patient and crack open that shell. However, in the earthworm, I see that they can also tell that you're sort of shy, and you know, that can be a very intimidating sort of combination to crack, you know, sort of like a bit more of a tough protective exterior, and at the same time you can be very shy, as the earthworm suggests, or you can sort of not put yourself out there as much just because you sort of like to be protected, okay? You'd rather be by yourself than be with people where, you know, you're not sure where it's going to take you emotionally and whether you're going to get hurt or not. So I feel like it's very important for you to open up a little more, as I can see in the oyster and the earthworm. Right now you may be going through a sort of situation where you're closing yourself off a little more than you need to, and I see that that person wishes to get to know you better on a deeper level and wishes that you would sort of let go of this outer sort of hard shell that you're carrying with you. So that is how I see them seeing you right now. Okay, group number 4. We have the Cobra. So I see that they can tell that you're someone who is very eager to learn. So you're a student of life, and I feel like they can tell that you're a student of life. You're very much a person who likes to learn from past experiences, and you know, if you've sort of been through a rough patch or you've gotten bitten before, so to say, you like to learn from that and carry that sort of wisdom forward. At the same time, I see that they can tell that you're the kind of person who knows when to shed sort of this outer layer, this like outer skin, you know, as the Cobra suggests. You're the kind of person who can let go of that. So if you feel like you're done with a certain part of yourself emotionally, or you're done dealing with somebody and you just need to, you know, let go of that part of your life, you're someone who is able to do that and able to do that easily, and you grow from it. So I feel like they can see that, and it may be a little bit intimidating as they feel like they may be one of those layers that you may shed at some point. So I definitely see like an air of a little bit of intimidation there. Then in the Moth, I can see that they definitely feel like you're someone who is drawn to the light, you know, and that can be positivity, that can be inspiration, that can also be shiny things. So I see that they may feel like, you know, you're very drawn to what appears to be light and beautiful, and that sometimes you can make a little bit of hasty decisions and move forward really quickly, and then at the same time just shed anything off that doesn't feel right. So I see that you're someone who has maybe a very quick turnaround time emotionally. I feel like you may not be one to dwell on just what doesn't fit you on a vibrational level, and I feel like that is the sort of energy that you're putting out there into the universe, and I feel like that person also feels like you have a very quick turnaround time somehow, and that can be intimidating, but at the same time they also find that very inspiring about you. Then in the Dolphin, I see that they find you very fun and witty and intelligent. So they can tell that you're very family oriented and the relationships in your life are very important to you, and you're willing to be there for your friends and fight for them no matter what. And I see that this person can tell that that is how you are, and they have a lot of respect for that. So they respect you for, you know, being true to yourself and also standing up for others. And I see that because, you know, you're a very intelligent person, you're very street or book smart, I see that that is one of the things that they really find attractive about you. So while you may be paying, you know, attention to your exterior, I see that what's really like in your mind, what you're really capable of, is something that is attractive to them and at the same time maybe a little intimidating. So that is how I see them seeing you right now. We have the Peacock. So definitely, first of all, I can see that they find you attractive, okay? This person, if there is sort of like a romantic interest, they find you on an exterior level sort of attractive, and they may almost feel like intimidated by it and like maybe they're not worthy of it. So I see that you're someone who, you know, maybe you don't spend every second in front of the mirror, but you do pay attention to your appearance. You try to somehow, you know, wear things in a way that flatters you, that suits you, because you still want to look presentable. And you know, in this day and age, like how you look on your exterior, it's just important. You know, how you are inside and spiritually, of course, that is one of the most important aspects. However, you know, it's undeniable how, you know, looks are very important in this day and age. So I see that they're very into you on an exterior level, but you're also sort of making them feel maybe a little bit insecure about themselves, or like they are maybe not good enough for you on that level. Then in the horse, alongside them finding you, you know, attractive and almost a little bit cocky, I see that they see that you're very freedom loving. So you don't let people tie you down. You like to do what you want to do, and you're very much an advocate for your own freedom. So you're not someone who likes to be told what to do. You're not someone who likes when people give you unsolicited advice, and you know, they can see that you're very intuitive and you're very aware of your subconscious. That is something that I see them really valuing in you. So this person that you're inquiring about may be someone who also likes their freedom and their space, and they find it very attractive that you're fine doing your own thing. You're fine being out there in the wild and following your intuition and just doing things the way you want to do things, that makes you feel comfortable, because the majority of people feel intimidated when they don't have sort of guidance, but not you. You let your intuition guide you, and you know what's right for you. And once you're doing something that feels good, you know you're on the right path, and you carry on with that. And that is an amazing trait to have. Then in the lamb, I can see that they find you somehow a little bit fragile, okay? They find you sort of like inexperienced and innocent in a way. So alongside with your looks, I feel like they can see past that, and they can see sort of the soft side of you. So while other people may think that you're maybe a little bit cocky, or they may feel like you are a little bit full of yourself, I feel like this person sees past that. This person doesn't judge you. This person sees, you know, the soft, gentle side that is the true you, and they sort of feel like you need a little bit of protection, and that you need to be sort of dealt with a very gentle and soft touch. So that is also what I see you needing, you know, someone who understands, someone who is gentle, someone who doesn't get fooled by the exterior and by the freedom loving you. You know, you're still a spiritual being, you're still someone in need of love and nurturing, and I see that they see that in you as well. So yeah, that is how I see them seeing you at this very moment. Okay, group number 6. We have the fox. So one thing that I see them seeing in you is that you're just basically a survivor, okay? You can be in any situation, you can be put in any sort of place, and you know how to deal with it, you know how to survive. All of a sudden, you know, there's just something that goes off in you, and you know how to maneuver. And that is a trait that not that many people have. A lot of people will go into panic mode, but not you, okay? They find you very sort of versatile and almost like a scavenger, if that makes any sense. You know, you make the best out of what you have, and you know, if you don't have that much greatness, you just still make the best of the greatness that you do have. And you know, you're fine to just bow down to the situation, and if you gotta eat cup noodles for a while, you're gonna eat cup noodles for a while. That's the kind of person you are, whether, you know, financially or health-wise. If you need to make adjustments, and you know, while other people may sort of find it the end of the world, you're cool with it. You know that life has its ups and downs, and you're good to just ride the wave. And I see that they see that in you, and that is something that they find really amazing, because not many people have that capability. Then in the starfish, I see that they find you very interesting and like multifaceted. So you have a lot of different aspects and a lot of different facets to you, and you can almost be very difficult to get to and to figure out. So there is sort of like this air of mystery there, alongside with you, you know, being able to just basically survive anywhere. I see that they're sort of worried of, you know, how getting a hold of you will be if they get closer to you. So I feel like maybe that instills a little bit of fear in them. Maybe that makes them feel like if they open up to you too much, you might just, you know, run, because I see that you are someone who can maybe have the tendency to flake out a little bit if you're not 100% into the situation. And also in the starfish, I see that on a physical level, they can tell that also on a physical level, they find you attractive. You know, they find that you're someone who is very sort of self-secure in themselves, or that is at least how they see you, and that is what they find attractive. And also just the fact that you have so many traits to you, and they keep discovering new things about you. Then in the hawk, I see that they find you very like observant. So you may just be naturally the kind of person who, you know, when someone speaks, you're not looking in your phone or looking anywhere around. You're very much into just seeing what the person is telling you with their body as well. So I feel like they realize that about you, that you're very on to situations and you're not one to be, you know, sort of played around with or fooled around with. You're very into just, you know, clarity, and you're very into things just being honest. So that is what I see them seeing in you, and that may also intimidate them a little bit. So I see that anyone who doesn't have pure intentions may be intimidated by, you know, the hawk side of your spirit, by the fact that you're very observant and that you're unwilling to let any little details pass by that don't fit the big picture. So you are going to question things that don't seem in tune. And yeah, that may be sort of like what deters people who don't have the purest intention from pursuing you further, which I see as definitely a positive thing, because you would never want to get too involved with anyone who doesn't have the highest good in mind for you. So that is how I see them seeing you right now. So yeah, you guys, that was it for today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. Also, if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in any of the crystals in this video or just crystals in general, the link to my online store is in the description box. It is bolife.co.uk. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Have an amazing and positive day.